Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to King Myers Collects, the Beauty Challenge, Part 2. Are you a collector or are you full of shit? Alright, let's get into the fools. Oh man, am I beauty now? I love that. I love that insult. I think fools is like one of the best things you can call somebody who's acting up. So, we got some more slabs from the books I was supposed to show you yesterday. Some raw sitting here. And then we have two more of these little bookends with some comics to show you guys, and then we're off to the races. Also, the Knicks are playing right now and they're winning, so let's see if they hold on to move on to the next round. So we're going to start off, these books are considered high-end stuff for collectors to pick up and hold in their collections. They're not comics, but they are ash cans. And let me show you an ash can, the ash can of ash cans for modern books here. The Last Ronin, Ninja Turtles. Of course, you couldn't tell which turtle that was. If you haven't already read the book, I won't spoil it for you, but they made it so that you couldn't really tell who it was. But this is the oversized ash can. Last I checked, it's got a decent amount of dings on the spine, but they're not color breaking, so that's good. Because that's something that should probably be kept a little bit. It's like 1-2 pieces of paper. It needs to be preserved. All right, so as I said, this is a little different than beauty stuff because he had 125 straight books. Yesterday I mentioned that like 65 was the tier. No, the first tier was like 25 books. So if you have 25 books, then you're somewhat of a collector. And then, so on and so forth. So you get to 125 where like beauty considers you part of his squad, so to speak. So with that being said, I can only pull what I have around me. I can't get to the heart of a lot of the books that he showed, but I'm going to show you a little bit of what I have and what I revere as big books that people should have in their collection, because these are sought after cover buys, sought after variants that you're going to see in all this. So let's get into it. First up, Alex Ross goodness with that Black Adam variant cover there for number 1. Good book. Get it all started right here with some Art Germ. More Art Germ goodness. Batgirl number 12, the one that really put Art Germ on the map. Looks like there's a little bit of color up right there where my pinky is, unfortunately. That's just from years of this book sitting on top of other books. Speaking of a book that's got like not the nastiest spine tick, but it's just unfortunate that it has a spine tick. He-Man and the Masters of the Universe number 18. She-Ra. Beautiful. Beautiful book. Was pretty pricey. I think it's come down a little bit, but it's still highly sought after. Highly collectible. And another cover by right here, that Warren Liu Power Girl 27, the final issue. Pretty much put Warren on the map too. So very, very good book. Unfortunately, mine on you can't see it, I guess, but there's this black line to the right of Power Girl going. Oh, you can see it towards the bottom there. It's going all the way up the book. So I'm not sure if that's something that can be cleaned off or not. But I guess I don't really want to touch it. Next up for you modern lovers here, Thor God of Thunder, the first appearance of the God Butcher Gore. Say what you will about the movie. I thought it was a good movie. It's an enjoyable movie. You go to a movie to have popcorn, have a drink, and then enjoy some time away from the house, Be entertained. Morbius the Living Vampire number 1, some Scotty Young goodness. We gotta show Scotty. Scotty is a collector's thing, so I know a lot of people have good Scotty Young books in their collection. That one is one of the higher ones. Next up, G.I. Joe, Real American Hero. Unfortunately, it's not a newsstand, but we have a number 1 here. Good to have this. I believe that it's got 1, 2, 3 decent dings, and the corners aren't sharp, so I'd say it's like an 8.0, 8.5. 8.5 if somebody's being generous. I was probably 8.0, but nice to have that book. It presents pretty well. Here we go. Here's a big one. Heir to the Empire number 1. First appearance of Thrawn in comics. Man, we can't wait for that Ahsoka show. It's going to be fire. Unfortunately, this is cardstock, so it has 2 decently showing dings on it. And we tried to press it out, but I don't know anything about cardstock. I don't think you can really press stuff out like that. Next up, here you go. Amazing Fantasy 15 first Amadeus Cho. I'm sure when this pops off in MCU, it's going to be massive with Tiger Division, with the champions, all those young characters. It's going to happen. Now, some of these books here I'm about to show you are Silver Age books. I know Beauty specifically wanted modern, copper, and bronze books. Not to dive into the silver, but again, I'm just going to show you what I have that was nearby, in the big book section, so to speak. Werewolf by Night #1. Beautiful book. Glad to have that. And more to come with that one. Next up, Showcase 79 featuring Dolphin. Oh my goodness. That's covered by all day. Beautiful, beautiful book. About a 7.0 there. Whew. And this is in My Light 4. My Light 4. Fantastic Four 50. The Starling Saga of the Silver Surfer. What do they call this? The poop cover? Because of the brown cover. And this weird, box of Johnny Storm going to college for some reason. I don't know what that's about. Weird stuff. Next up, here's a pretty cool book. This is I don't know if it's a 1 in 100 or a 1 in 250, but every one of the before Watchmen books, Jim Lee did a #1 variant of it. This one is signed by the man himself. There's Jim Lee's signature right on top. I picked the comedian out of all of them. Great book. I think it's because the Rorschach one wasn't available. Somebody already bought it. Oh, check this out. Y'all gotta have this in the collection, right? Ultimate Fallout #4. We all know what this is. First appearance of Miles. Still in the poly bag here, but I need to take it out to get it pressed because it's, you gotta preserve this book. And that right there, Brian Michael Bendis on the signature. Next up, Super Mario Brothers Special Edition from Valiant. This is a big boy book. This isn't the one that Beauty showed off, but it's damn near close. So good one to have. Glad that we have it. And it is minty. Awesome book. All right, let's show you some slaps. Starting off, let's do this. I'm going to grab these and put them over in my lap, and then I can show you that way, and then I can put it back over here. I created a mess yesterday trying to show these off appropriately. So we got another Umbrella Academy. I know Beauty showed off, and we showed off yesterday the very first appearance of Free Comic Book Day book. This is Umbrella Academy Dallas #1, but this is the Jim Lee variant. I can't remember what the specific I don't know if it was for a convention or whatnot, but a 9.6 is hard to find Jim Lee cover. People don't know about it. So good book. Next up, we had to have Adam the Blue Marvel #1 CBCS in the 9.6. Good to have it. I think it's a CPR candidate there. Next up, not a CPR candidate. Avengers 684 first Immortal Hulk in the 9.6. Glad to have it. I got it for free. I used points that I had at the LCS to grab this out of the CGC box. So I'll take a 9.6 all day. Next up, Marvel Spotlight Moon Knight, the second appearance, first solo for Moon Knight story in the 9.4. I sent this one in myself. Glad it came back in 9.4. Voltron #1 in a 9.0. Wasn't able to press out a few things. I think it can still be pressed even more. I think whatever was pressed prior kind of reset. But I think it's higher than 9, to be honest. And that's white pages too there. Next up, variant time again. We can't do a video without Miss Jenny Frizen. Star Wars Dr. Aphra #7 in a 9.6. This one is a hard to find Frizen. Good book, good book. All right, more slabs, more slabs. Next up, more 9.6. We got a lot of 9.6s. That goes to show you that this man is a collector, because it doesn't always have to be about the 9.8s. It doesn't. Exiles number 3, the first Peggy Carter as Captain America. So not what was the other what was the other book that came out? Yeah, Peggy as Captain America here in the 9.6 for Exiles. Classic cover, homaging the Madripoor cover, I believe, right? X-Men 268, is that it? Next up, another 9.6. Peter Porker, the Spectacular Spider-Ham. You gotta have that book. Gotta have that book. Captain Carter. Oh my goodness. I can't believe I didn't think it. I couldn't think of that. All right. We told you this was going to reappear again, but this is the highlight for me, because this is my all-time, well, my second guy behind Daredevil, but he's super, super close. Any given day, him and Daredevil can switch off, but Werewolf by Night 32 in the 2.5 CBCS, first appearance of the Moon Knight. I can't believe I own this book, to be honest. I never, it's not like a Fantastic Four 1, AF-15, Detective, 27, 39, 40, what have you. But for me, I always thought that I would never run into that book. So it's just simply amazing that we own it. Let's continue here, guys. Captain Marvel 13 in the 3.5 Marvel Superheroes featuring, this is the very first appearance, friends of Carol Danvers. That's right. And the second appearance of Captain Marvel. Yeah, that's a big book in the 3.5. There we go, some more variant goodness. Of course, we have to have this book. Of course, Adam Hughes, Snooze You Lose, Power Girl number 1, 9.8. Let's keep the Adam Hughes train going, shall we? We have the Mighty Thor 700 with that hella cover there in a 9.6. Just laughing, owning her throne. All those hands grabbing at her. That's some sex appeal right there, right? Some Adi Granov here. This is a great book. Just a cover by here in a 9.6. Amazing Spider-Man number 1. Renew Your Vows. Good book. And it is a minor key. All right, diving into more Silver Age because we can. That's what we're showing. Amazing Spider-Man 50 in the old CBCS 4.0. First appearance of the Kingpin. Woo, good book. Man, spine is all rattled, but presents pretty well. Next up, we got to get this reholstered because I bought this on a discount and they had it like this, and I knew that I could get this for cheap because it doesn't, the case is cracked. But this is super cool. This is Superior Spider-Man 29, the La Mole Comic-Con 2014 convention exclusive. A rare J. Scott Campbell that people don't know about. I feel like a lot of people don't know about this book. So there you go. And the old label, but saw this in the store in Oklahoma, and I was like, that's coming home with me because I've never seen that book before. Next up, some more Silver Age goodness. Unfortunately, we have a purple label here, restored, but we have a Silver Surfer number 4. One of the greatest covers of all time. I don't care that it's restored. This came in a collection that I bought for $4,800 in Oklahoma, so just glad to have it. Own this book. We got 2 more slabs left. What we got here? One of these was on his list. This was pretty cool though. Miles Morales Spider-Man number 1. This was volume 3, I believe. So in the 9.8, that variant cover by Lee Garbett. But that is a big book right there. I want that Fiona Staples Ultimate Spider-Man Miles Morales book. It's one of the Grail variant covers to find out there. And then 9.8, we got Incredible Hulk 449. First appearance of the Thunderbolt. Shout out to Sands in his cookie jar mystery bundles. We snagged that bad boy. Epic stuff, y'all. All right, let's move some of these books. I hope you found something so far that you're like, man, that is an awesome book. If you like more of that content, of course, head on over to the Instagram, King Midas Collects, underscores in between each one of the words. You'll find it, and you get to see everything that I pick up on a weekly basis. I try to get on there as much as possible to show you guys good stuff. So, as we did last time, let's go ahead and remove all of these books in this holder here and then put them back. And again, there might be some like random, like very modern, like within the last year cover Bs that I really like from Artgerm or whatever. So we'll see what's in here. Oh, look at this. Shuri #1. That is a pretty variant right there. Good to have this book. Orange is my favorite color, so the fact that that orange pops, baby, I love it. One of the best reads of the 2010s here. Hawkeye #1, Fraction, David Aja. Man, gave us Lucky, the pizza dog. So many awesome moments in that book. Very good stuff. This was, here we go, Zatanna 16. This was definitely on the list, the challenge list. Legs all day, baby. Adam Hughes. That's a beautiful book. That's a 9.6 right there. We got to have this as a New Yorker. Have to have this book, ASM 36, the 9/11 tribute book. What more there is there to say? It's just a beautiful book. Glad to own it. We have a Miss Marvel #1 variant here. So I know any variants of an issue that he had on the list counted as well, so technically that counted, but yesterday we did show the cover A for Miss Marvel, so good to have that. We have a Venom #3, first appearance of Null. Of course, that's a big boy book. We all know it. I didn't own this until I bought that Oklahoma collection. I was out of comics in 2018, so I had no idea that that was a thing. Here's our second copy of that Wolverine #8, classic cover there. We have this totally awesome Hulk #1. You show some hip-hop variants because we love them hip-hop variants. Good to have that there. Beautiful book. What we got next? Ooh, this is the Edge of Spider-Verse #2. Here's a big book for you. This is the 3rd print. We actually own every single print of this book. So glad to have that one as well in the collection. What's next here? Silver Age. Y'all know what this is. If This Be Doomsday. Man, look at that classic cover. That is a book for the ages right there. Y'all love it. Y'all love it. Here we go. Captain America #6. First appearance of the Winter Soldier. We now own both this cover and the Winter Soldier cover, courtesy of a collection we just picked up a couple weeks ago. Excuse me. Next up, this is a Deadpool comic, believe it or not, but this is the Virgin variant for like a tribute, Marvel's tribute. But Adi Gronoff at his finest. This book is absolutely gorgeous. Can't wait to get this slabbed. Deserves the slab treatment, 100%. Okay, next. Oh, some David Nakayama love. So we'll show these really quick because they're just cool books, but they're not, they're not anything to super brag about. But again, we discussed the color bleed stuff yesterday. Next up, big boy book. Look at it. Issue 266. Enter the Mutant called Gambit. This sitting pretty at like a 9.6, maybe a 9.4, probably 9.4. Sounds about right. I don't know. I can't grade. Some more Adam Hughes goodness with the Zatannas, of course. We have the entire run. So good that more of them are sitting in here because they're gorgeous. Here's another Miss Marvel, just a raw copy. This is the one I talked about yesterday where we bought it in the store. But nice to have it graded too. Next up, another Hawkeye #1 was sitting in here. I mean, it's kind of cool because I just tend to forget what's sitting here, what's waiting to be slabbed. I absolutely love this book. This is one of the variants for FF. This is issue 4. They did it for each one of the members because Spider-Man joined after Johnny Storm died. During that run, of course, he's no longer dead, but I just really love that white suit. Here's another Zatanna 11. So you know, when we have duplicates of Adam Hughes stuff, you know what we're finding out there and what we're picking up. Here's a good one, Liberty Meadows. This is an Adam Hughes cover right here. She's reading a mouth-to-mouth book, and all the kids are like, they're waiting. They're waiting for their turn. They're waiting for their turn. Lifeguard 101. Here we go. Here it is for your viewing pleasure. There's that first print, Edge of Spider-Verse with Ghost Spider. Is that what she's called now? Miss Spider-Gwen, or are we just like they're sticking with, they like Spider-Gwen better now? Man, some more Adam Hughes goodness. We got that Power Girl. We got that Black Cat. We got that JSA Classified. Boom. Doubling up. And that one signed by your boy Adam Hughes. And then we even have this beautiful, beautiful 1 in 100 Archer of Power Princess. I mean, obviously, straight knockoff of Wonder Woman, but damn is this book awesome. I love this book. And it was probably the only book that had any kind of like collectible value or was worth like keeping in the PC from that Heroes Reborn, whatever the hell that was supposed to be. All right, cool. So we have about, what was it, 15 more books to go? Let's see what we got. All right. Ooh, that's a big book. That's a big book. Yeah, that's a cool variant. All right, cool. So, here we go. Hulk 42. During the Hulk of Arabia run, at the time, they weren't doing too many homages of Beta Ray Bill, so I thought that one was fire. Found that in a shop, very awesome shop in Oklahoma. Just sitting behind the counter, and I was like, "Is that for sale? You hold that for somebody?" He's like, "No, you can buy it." It's like, "Yes, I've been actually on the hunt for that one for a long time." Deadpool 300, the NES variants. Good Deadpool book to have. Ooh, infamous Iron Man number 12, Alex Maleev. We actually found this in a Second and Charles for $1. Nice book. Hard to find variant there. What we got over here? Another Power Girl. Oh, it's a Raw. We showed off that 9.8. So maybe I can probably sell the Raw, right? Anyone want it? Ooh. Wonder Woman. Just one of those bondage covers there. $1.99. Good book. Oh, here's a Moon Knight here. John Tyler Christopher negative variant. Beautiful Moon Knight book. Of course we had to have that. Here's another beauty book right here. Moon Girl Devil Dinosaur issue number 1. First print. You got to get that second print. That's the one you want. Another Thor Gore the God Butcher. We got here. Ooh, more Warren Liu. Wonder Woman Black and Gold. Issue 1. As a store exclusive, I believe. Got some Jock goodness signed by the man Jock. Action 1000. It's just cool that a comic book has reached that milestone. 2 comic books have reached that milestone. And we're getting Flash 800 and Wonder Woman 800 coming up here shortly. That's incredible. Yeah, next up, we got that Cell. That's Captain Carter number 1 variant. People were after this book for a long time. Amazing Spider-Man 315. Y'all know what this is. First cover appearance of Venom there. Little box. Is, they say 316 is really the book that you want, but I mean, Venom's right on the cover right there, so. We got some Tosin Love. Got to have this book. We also have that in the 9.8. by the way. So pretty, we're going to hold that one steady. What If 105, first appearance of Spider-Girl here. Big book, good book. We have a very hard to find Grimm Fairy Tales 99 art germ cover. I mean, it's art germ on Grimm Fairy Tales. You can't find it anymore. You just can't. Got some good variants there. This one, ooh, here we go. Invincible Iron Man number 7, first appearance, cameo appearance of Riri, signed Brian Michael Bendis. Good book. This amazing steampunk variant for Batgirl 28. Hard to find variant right there. We just got to get those Wonder Woman variants. Those are the hard ones to find. Ooh. Michael Turner, shout out to one of the best to ever do it. Rest in peace, sir. That Hulk number 1 there. I think that counts too. It is one of the variants, one of the big boys anyway. And I guess this is the last book that we're going to show off here, but this isn't the actual OG book. That is my top variant grail to find, but this one is a pretty cool book to have. This is the La Mole Superman 43 knockoff of Legion of Superheroes, or Supergirl and the Legion of Superheroes 23. Adam Hughes probably like really started putting variants on the map after this book hit the market, because people, you can't find this. You do, you're gonna pay premium. I need to own this book. Hopefully one day I will own it, but for now we do have this one. So good way to end it. And that is part 2. So in part 1 we talked about how many books I actually had on Beauty's challenge. So we're gonna give you that number in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 81 books. There's somebody clapping anywhere. Drum roll, drum roll. You know, I was when I started watching that video, I was like, I got 100 easy. And then I was like, oh no, after the first row, I'm like, all right, we didn't miss any. I was like a clean 100%. And then it started ticking off like, oh, I don't have that one. Uh-oh, don't have that one. And then little by little, I was like, man, there are some holes in my collection. But you know what? Beauty and I think alike, so it's really fun to find other community members who, you know, try to find those honey holes, hard to find books, variants, and books that appeal to us. Like Beauty loves Care Bears, loves My Little Pony stuff, anything. If it's pop culture related, that's how I feel too. I just think they're amazing books, amazing covers no less, and we tend to get all the good deals. So looking forward to a couple more collections coming. Stay tuned for those videos. It's going to be a good time. Thank you so much for checking out these beauty challenge videos. I wish I could show you all 81 that he showed, but this was like a fun way to show other things that I covet as bigger books that I wanted to set aside so that I can quickly, you know, show people if they come over, or just have ones that I can pull that might be candidates to get encased, slabbed, and protected. So do all that great social media stuff. As always, guys, be on the lookout for the new Comic Book Day video. It's going to be a day late, as it is Wednesday of this recording. So we'll do that tomorrow. And until then, bag and boredom, happy hunting, guys. Take care.